2000 NFL. We rewinded Madden to 2000. And I'm going to tell you right now, the player portraits are going to be wonky. I'm just going to tell you that for every single time we do these videos, because the player portraits are kind of just all over the place. But everything else is correct. Like, sadly, Achilles Smith is on the Bengals. Oh, man, worst draft pick of all time. Anyway, though, if we go through these teams, we got players like Blake Brockermayer, Marcus Robinson, Coy Dillon, obviously, for the Bengals. And I'm just going to kind of go through these as we go around here. Orlando Brown. Now, this is Orlando Brown Jr.'s picture, but obviously his father was also named Orlando Brown, also nicknamed Zeus. John Lynch. That's not John Lynch. Again, player portrait's going to be messed up. Some of them will work correctly, like Derek Brooks, for example. I think that's Warren Dunn. That's definitely not Warren Sapp. That's definitely an Alias Williams. So Madden only has a certain amount of legends, like actual legend pictures. So that's why some of them will pop up correctly and some of them will not. This is this is not Jim Harbaugh. You know what they say? That's a hey mom, I want Jim Harbaugh. Don't worry, honey, we have Jim Harbaugh at home. That's what that is. Marvin Harrison Jr., Peyton Manning. Lordy, look at that forehead. That forehead. Ed Sheeran, James. This Colt squad in 2000 was kind of legit. Larry Allen, Zach Thomas, Brian Dawkins, Weapon X, but this was Weapon X, 3 years in the league. Brad Johnson. This was Bryant Young, T.O., back when T.O. was young, 3 years in the league. Jerry Rice on the same team. You got Steve Young, Jeff Garcia. You got receivers T.O. and Jerry Rice. Obviously, this when Jerry Rice was like freaking 36 years old, but still, not a bad T.O. right there. I mean, not a bad Jerry Rice right there. Brett Favre, when he had Freeman, Donald Driver, and, okay, not Jermichael Finley. I think Jermichael Finley came a little bit later. See, some of these rosters, when I go back to, I just don't remember all these players. Some of them I do. Some of them I'm just like, oh, yeah, that was that guy. Marshall Faulk. This was in his prime, too. 26 years old, Marshall Faulk. So this was coming off of 2000 was when the Ravens won the Super Bowl. So this was the year after the greatest show on turf, 1999. So, yeah, this was Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Marshall Faulk, Kurt Warner. This was an insane offense. Obviously, Ray Lewis, the Ravens, 2000 Ravens, with Peter Boulware that doesn't look like that. So we got the 2000 Ravens. Got the Saints. Willie Roth with the drip. Holy crap. I have never seen a dripped out picture more than that right there. Steelers with Jerome Bettis. With Hines Ward. It's not Hines Ward at all. I thought Hines Ward actually had a portrait in Madden. It's kind of weird to find out some of these guys do not have portraits in Madden. Texans are weird. Because the Texans, if you remember, they were an expansion team, I believe, in 2003. So the Texans aren't really a team. Because they were an expansion team in 2003. So that's a fun fact. But they are technically in here because you have to have the Texans in every franchise. So let's just sim to the playoffs and see what ends up happening. I will say I don't know who's going to make the playoffs. Keep in mind it is also 17 games because back in 2000 there was only 17 games. So we're not going to have the 18th game, but I'm going to go with the Rams to win the Super Bowl. I'm not trying to bank off the greatest show on turf, but that's, I would assume, is the best option. Bengals go 6-10. Kind of makes sense in the end there. The Rams were number 2 seed. Eagles 1 seed. Packers 3. Bucks 4. 5 49ers. 6 Lions. And 7 Commanders. Okay, Steelers with number 1 seed. Broncos. Okay. So, how do these stats work? Who won MVP? Brian Grease. Okay. Kurt Warner number 2. Peyton number 3. Troy Aikman number 4. Elvis Gerbach number 5. Jeff Blake, McNabb, Bledsoe, Steve Young, and Brett Favre. All quarterbacks. Fun. Kind of what we see nowadays, in all honesty. 4,600 yards for Gus. 44 touchdowns, 9 interceptions for Brian Grease. That's why he would win MVP in the end. Glenn Foley apparently is the L of the group. Jerome Bettis, 1,600 yards. Rushing touchdown. Means had 21 rushing touchdowns. Receiving touchdowns, 19 for Milt. Herman Moore had the most receiving yards. And then we had 14 sacks for Cortez Kennedy. And interceptions was led by a triple Pete here of Samari Rowland there too. Obviously, Samari Rowland would be on the Ravens Super Bowl squad. I believe so. Let's go to the Super Bowl. Who's going to be in the Super Bowl? I'm going to guess Steelers versus Rams. Hey, let's freaking go, baby. That was just a shot in the dark, but I'll take that shot in the dark, man. Let's freaking go. Hold up. Okay, they beat Denver. I know we just looked at this, but I want to look at this again. All right. I don't know why I just looked at that again, I'll be honest with you. I was actually surprised I predicted that correctly. If I could do that in real life, it'd actually make some money. Anyway, Rams beat the Steelers 27-17. Shout out to the Rams. Getting the job done. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys next one.